Hi guys, welcome back to the Big Sew Along. I'm Ginny, and as always, I thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me. Today we are talking about upcycling old linens. I made this dress right here out of a bunch of old linens that were donated to me by my friend Marsha. She in turn inherited them from someone else. I chose to dye these and make this dress. I have a quick tutorial for you on how I did that, and then we'll come back and chat a little more. Okay, so these are the two pieces I'm going to use for my bodice. This is going to be the centerpiece. I want to use as much of this as I can. This is a tea towel, so it's folded over right down the center. This is another tea towel. It does not have any embroidery on it. It looks like that. So this will be the side panels. This is going to be the center panel. You can see here, this has, it's hemmed already, but it's connected with this faggoting, and I don't want this double edge here because it's going to be too thick. So I'm going to cut this off right on this faggoting here. Okay, and that looks pretty good. Now, I'm going to fold this in half again, and I'm going to fold it... Sorry, I have a whiny dog in here today. I'm going to fold it this way, so it's exactly even. And then I'm going to cut my neckline out, and for this, I'm going to use this neckline from... this is the My Bali Closet round neck caftan dress. This is just a good, simple, basic round neck. So I am going to lay that right there. Just going to trace this out. That's the back neckline. Let me go ahead and cut that. That's my back neckline. Now I'm going to open this back up, and I'm going to fold it in half lengthwise. I'll lay some tracing paper on here, right like that, and then we're going to trace out our front neckline. Alright, that's the only thing we need our pattern for. So now I'm going to go ahead and trace that out. Sorry, cut that out. And now, once I get this done, I'm going to go pop this on and see how I feel about the overall length. Okay, now that I've tried this on, my neck hole's cut out. I know that this length is good. You may need yours to be longer or shorter. If you need yours to be longer, I would just add another piece here. If you need it to be shorter, obviously, you can cut it anywhere you like, but if you have something like this, you may want to cut it from the top and then put a seam there and recut your neckline. Anyways, while I was trying this on, I also marked where I want my armhole to end, which is right here. And I checked to see the width. Now this does fit around me, but it's too narrow. I can't get it over my head, and I don't wear anything that tight. But that means that I don't need this much fabric for that. So I pulled out this little hand towel. And I can see here that my armhole I want to end here. So that is 6 inches. And this piece measures like 13.5 inches wide. So I'm going to use the whole width of this, and I'm going to cut, I'm going to fold it in half. I like this picot-y kind of tatted edge on this, and I like that both edges are different. Sorry, I'm out of the screen a little bit. Here we go. So I'm going to fold this in half like this, and I am going to cut this so that it is 6 inches from here to here. And I'm going to save this leftover piece because I'm sure we can do something with that later. So right now I am going to open this out and I'm going to pin one of these. I'm going to lay it under here like this. This is a finished edge and this is a finished edge. I could sew these together regularly, but I don't want to deal with the thickness of this, which isn't actually all that thick, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to lay this over this and I'm going to pin it in place. And then I'm going to do this side. I'm going to lay it over by about a ½ inch. I think that's what the seam allowance that I'm planning on using. And then we're going to fold it this way. I'm going to do the same thing on the back. I'm going to put the other side of the strap on the back. And then I'm going to pin the other side. Once I get that all pinned in, I'm going to go try this on and see what I think of the width. So after trying this on, I know that this is way wider than I need it to be. So on this side, I pinned the distance that I want my side panels to be. And the finished side panel is really only 2 inches. So I'm going to cut each of these down to 2½ inches. So I have a little seam allowance under there. And given that, I'm going to save this one for maybe a pocket or something. And I'm going to cut this one into 2 pieces, 2½ inches wide each. Okay, now that I have my little side panels done, these are obviously now not finished edges, so I'm just going to go to the serger and I'm going to serge these off. Okay, so now I have these serged on the sides. I'm not going to serge the bottoms yet because I do also have to serge this bottom, so I think we'll just do that all at once. So I'm going to put these in the same way I did before. I'm going to just lay these over and do my best to really just cover that serging. And I'm going to pin this in here. Okay, I'm going to go to the sewing machine and sew those on. I'm just going to edge stitch them, or like stitch right where my pins are. I'm going to double check to make sure that I've caught everything on the back side. Once I've done that, we're going to have to do the back. And it's going to be a little bit trickier because you're sewing like into a circle, but that's okay. It's not that difficult. So we'll lay it over on this side and pin and then stitch that, and then the other side, and then we'll come back. Okay, so now we have our top. I'm really liking the way it looks. I'll show you a quick picture here how it's looking so far. I do still need to do something with this neckline, but I haven't decided what yet. So we're going to move on to our skirt panel. Skirt panels. For that, I am using this, I don't know, some sort of a runner. It's got some pretty tatty looking tatting, but I'm going to leave that on there because I like it. This is also twice as long as I need it to be, so I'm going to cut this right down the center, and this is going to be my center front and my center back panels. For the side panels, I have 2 of these. They are almost identical, not that it matters, and they are a little bit longer than the center panel piece, which is fine. I really like this idea. So on this center panel, I'm just going to cut that in half right down the center. On these 2 side pieces, the side panels. I'm going to do the same thing I did before, and just on the top edge, I'm going to remove this hem binding. Alright, so you can see I have my whole thing laid out here. I'm sorry, I know you can't see the whole thing, but this is my top right here. This is my skirt panels down here. The flat measurement on my bodice is about 21 inches, and on the skirt it's about 37 inches, so it's somewhere between 1.5 and 2 times the width of this. So I think it will fit in there just fine. I am going to attach these the exact same way I attach the side panels on my top. This centerpiece has finished edges, but they're not as nice as the finished edges on the side pieces. So I'm going to lay the side pieces on top of the center pieces, and hopefully you'll be able to see that end. I am going to sew this down just like this, the exact same way we did the top. Only I am going to take a look at this and see roughly where my knee is. I think it's right about here, and I'm going to stop stitching right there. I'm going to leave all of these panels open from the knee down. Alright, so I'm going to go get that done, and we'll come back. This is my skirt sewn together, but I just wanted to show you guys, on the top I used 1/4 inch seam allowances. On this, I laid the pieces over by 1/2 inch, and then I did my stitching on the outside, and you can see on the inside here, I now have a little like flange here. So now I'm going to edge stitch this as well. And then at the bottom here, I'm going to go straight across and meet up with that other stitching. I'm just doing that on the skirt portion just to reinforce these seams a little bit, especially down here where the split is. Okay, so I have my top finished. I have my skirt finished. I think all I'm going to do now is I'm going to gather this whole thing and sew it on to the top. And then I do have a little bit of some of this stuff left over, and I may make a couple of patch pockets and put on here, and then we'll take a look and see how it is. Alright guys, so there you go. I am actually pretty happy with the way this turned out. I'll show you a picture here. You can see that the shoulders on this are looking really pointy. I think that that's because, well, obviously it's cut flat. There are no like shoulder seams. But also it was pressed flat, so I'm hoping those like bow down a little bit after a good wash. Additionally, I could put like just a little dart at the corner of those shoulders to make them come in a little bit. At the end of the day, I ended up just gathering the skirt portion on the center front and center back panels. So all the gathering is center front and center back. If you don't like that idea, again, you could put darts in there as well. So I'll show you a couple of pictures here. The ones I've shown you so far are the way I intended originally to wear this dress, with my briar sandals. Hopefully when it's warmer. It's still freezing cold right now, so I'm wearing it like this, with a blue sweater and blue leggings and blue boots. I really like this blue with this sort of poppy red color. I don't have anything for in between seasons, but I do have this yellow yarn that I really like with this color. So when I'm done with my current project, I think I will start making myself a little shrug so that I have something to wear over this when it's cool but not cold. Okay, so let's talk about the dyeing I did on this. I used Rit Dye in Scarlet. I used the liquid form. I used the tub of hot water method that's described on the bottle. So I used like a tablespoon of dishwashing liquid, a cup of salt, and 1 bottle of the Rit Dye. And that's what this color came out. I dyed it, I stirred it constantly for 20 minutes. I will say, if you're thinking about dyeing small bits of linens for this project, you may want to lay them out first and see what pieces you're going to need. I did not do that. So I have a lot more left in this color, which is fine. I think I'm going to throw those back in the dye bath with another bottle of the Scarlet and see if I can get that color to be a little bit darker. And then I am going to make that into, wait, I lost something. Oh, here it is. I am going to make that into the Matchy Matchy Sewing Club. Oh, what are they called? Recess play pants. I am also going to try to incorporate, I showed you guys this last week, my Mad Hatter that I photo printed onto a piece of linen. I'm going to try to incorporate that into those pants as well, and maybe make a couple of more of these. And because Rory asked last week, next week I will hopefully be able to show you those pants, and I will give you a quick tutorial on how I printed those images out. Alright guys, that's it from me this week. Until next week, I wish you all happy sewing.